Yes, it is OSD, Obsessive Sneaker Disorder, episode 354. This is Wednesday, July 15th, 2015. The Sneaker Talk Show. Been around the world, been around the internet since 2007. And yes, we're still talking kicks and then some. So thanks for tuning in as you do each and every Wednesday. Yes, we are back now officially. We took a week off, but we are back. My name is D. Wells, along with all the Sole Doctors and Disorderlies, coming to you live and direct from the OSD studio, which is wherever we are, you are, around the world wide web. So, man, it is officially July. The Rise of Sneaker Culture exhibit has opened at the Brooklyn Museum. So if you haven't put the date, or circle the date or set a date to go there and actually see it in the flesh, plan to do it real soon. We're going to be doing a tweet up there. Yes, the Sole Doctors and Disorderlies are going to be heading to Brooklyn. We're going to do a tweet up at the Brooklyn Museum so we can do some touring and then some other little things we're going to throw in there for y'all. But in the meantime, let's hit the show on the road. Let's get Paper Chaser in the building. Paper Chaser in the building. Paper Chaser in the building. What's up, man?
Good, Soul Brother number one, D. Wells. What is good, Disorderlies around the world? Welcome to episode number 354 of OSD. Talking Kick since 2007. You heard the man, D. Wells. That's what we've been doing for quite a while. And we are happy that the dedication and the hard work is culminating lately in a series of events and things that we are going to be working on to make sure that you guys have a great summer that will hopefully rejuvenate and rekindle your faith in the fact that sneaker culture is not dead.
Not at all.
That being said, I'm going to start off with Exhibit A right here. If you don't know, now you know. As of Friday, July 10th that just passed, at the Brooklyn Museum, the Rise of Sneaker Culture exhibition in residency till October 4th, which I love that date because, may she rest in peace, that is my mother's birthday. So the last day of the Rise of Sneaker Culture exhibition at the Brooklyn Museum is October 4th. So you have the entire rest of the summer and a little bit of the spring to get to this exhibition. The boy D. Wells has been hard at work. There's a book that accompanies the exhibition. You guys can make sure you look for online. I hear it's pretty big on Amazon. The book called Out of the Box, The Rise of Sneaker Culture, as D. Wells has illustrated on screen. It is worth every penny of your $45 plus shipping and handling. So props to you, D. Wells, all that hard work, curation side, with the book, with the level of dedication, working with the AFA and Bada Shoe Museum. We thank those organizations. We thank the Brooklyn Museum. And tomorrow, we start kicking off the first series of events.
Yeah, man.
At the Brooklyn Museum in relation to the exhibition. The first event is called Soul Sister Revolution, and that is talking about the issues and challenges of our lovely ladies in the sneaker industry on the business side and in the consumer side. And it's going to have a really dope, illustrious panel of inspirational and accomplished women.
Who's going to be on the panel, speaking of which? Break it down for folks, for our watchers, our viewers.
April Walker,
nice,
founder of Walker Wear, in their 25th anniversary of being one of the first urban fashion brands in existence. We have Susan Boyle, owner of Rhyme NYC, 2 stores in the New York City area, one of the few female-owned sneaker boutiques in all of America. We have Sophia Chang, designer, illustrator, who recently last year had a very dope Puma collection that released. And last but certainly definitely not least is our homegirl who we had on here recently, a little less than a year ago, Sol DeVita.
Mm.
Very powerful, influential sneaker collector, enthusiast, lover, and super consumer, if you will, who will also be sharing her experience from what it's like on the consumer side, the challenges that women face. Um, Really powerful panel. They're going to be very candid about the lack of representation in the various spectrums along the chain of the sneaker experience for women. So it will be moderated by me.
Nice.
You guys know I don't ask the milk dud questions. I like to get down to brass tacks and let people state what the issues really are. And I gotta give props to Alicia Boone and the rest of the staff at the Brooklyn Museum for actually saying, yeah, we should most definitely do that. Um, we're looking forward again to the entire tenure of this exhibition being something that we give you guys something to restore your faith or reaffirm it or push it forward um, in the culture. So I've already gotten comments from a few people who actually haven't seen the exhibition and have no clue what it's about, but they're on their sneaker culture is dead shit. And okay, to each his own. Have
Yeah.
fun. I mean, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. But I can boldly say, D. Wells can boldly say it. Everybody who's been dedicated to the culture and been in the sneakers for 30 plus years, and we're involved with this exhibition, it's not dead. Period. Point blank. So people have reasons for feeling how they feel, and that is what it is. But until you get to the exhibition and until you see the efforts that a whole lot of people are putting forth, I'm not just going to sit by and let you write it off like sneaker culture is dead. Sorry, it's not happening. So you got a difference of opinion, that's cool. You want to talk about it? See me about it. It's cool. We can talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And we also have to announce, D. Wells,
Yeah.
push this a little more tomorrow. Even though social study, even though,
Yeah, man.
even though social studies registration is closed,
Yeah. We're doing a little
you
something.
have you have decided to give a late registration gift
Yes, I
to those
have.
who didn't get a chance to sign up. So between now, and this started yesterday, between now or yesterday and Friday at midnight, those of you who did not get a chance to register for OSD's Summer 2015 session of Social Studies, you still have time. It will cost you a little more, just a little more, not much. It'll now be comparable to a pair of maybe the price of a pair of LeBron Elites or a pair of foam posits. But you have tonight as we talk about this, tomorrow all day, and Friday all day, because at the stroke of midnight, where it turns Saturday the 18th, um, that's it. Doors are closed for good. Want to thank everybody who signed up and registered already for the class and the experience. Um, we got people in a few different countries signed up. We have a lot of women signed up this time. We're very happy about that. We definitely got to throw a round of applause in effect for that. We have a lot of women. So D and I are looking forward to doing what we do, which is giving people that good old real deal experience and hopefully fostering and inspiring the next wave of sneaker professionals, athletic footwear business professionals in the various capacities that they can conceive. So class starts on July 21st, ends on September 8th, and we're very much looking forward to that offering for people because it's been a while since we've offered it and it's been received well since we're back. Shout out to all of our sponsors, promotional and otherwise, who are quite a few too many to name right now after a few beers, but I don't want to forget anybody, but
True, true.
the list will indeed go out soon, and we're looking forward to it again. So you have 3 days, count today, to sign up for late registration for social studies. Friday, stroke of midnight, turn to Saturday, doors closed, registration done.
Cerrado.
So you guys can thank D Wells for the gift. He said, let's give people a few more days. So we did it. All right.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
so D,
Yes, sir.
I think we definitely need to start off talking about this money, 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 kid.
Money, money. Yeah, it's been I saw the stock market yesterday. I didn't pay attention today, so I know you're about to drop not the gauntlet, but at least let people know where things are moving. And I'm seeing nothing but red. I'm seeing some negatives, but when the market moves down or ticks downward, that's the perfect time to buy. We've been saying that for a while.
Yep.
So, is it what was going on today, or what's been happening?
Well,
These
I'm
days.
gonna read this the results of today's trading, which is all a bloody massacre today for
Mm.
everybody. Um, but then I'm going to share a little bit of news that is also, again, reported on the side of our bar graph there, um, which has made for an interesting potential landscape for everything. All right?
Okay.
So we got Nike finishing today at 111.92, down 42 cents per share. Um, I'm wondering what they're working on, D Wells, because a few months ago, we thought that by about $102 a share they'd do
They
another
split.
split,
Yeah.
and it hasn't happened. And we need to figure out what
Hmm.
that's all about. But get a load of the second result on the day, Skechers, down 60 cents on the day, but they finished at D Wells $119.15
Wow.
per share as Skechers.
Hmm.
119.15. I don't. It just keeps getting higher every week. Every week that we do this, they just keep getting higher. VF Corporation finished at 72.70, down 5 cents per share. Under Armour finished at 88.28, down 52 cents per share. Deckers Outdoor Corporation finished at 73.69, down 34 cents per share. Deckers is the parent company for Uggs, Teva, and a few others.
Hmm.
Foot Locker Incorporated finished at D Wells 69.44, down 50 cents per share today. More red on the horizon. Adidas AG on the OTC market finished at $38.36, down 24 cents per. Puma AG on the ETR market, we spoke about a big gain for them last week. They had a big drop this week. They finished on the ETR market today at 155.10 in euros, down 325.
Wow.
eBay on the Nasdaq finished at $63.44 per share, down 15 cents per. And rounding it out also on the Nasdaq is Finish Line, who finished at $27.28 per share, down 17 cents per share on the day. So again, these are the 10 stocks that we watch and we report on as we go live every Wednesday night on OSD. If you want to learn how to invest, and we still believe in that, even though it was a down day, there are a whole lot less down days than there are up days. You want to make sure you hit us up, info at OSD Live, and we'll show you how to get in. Um,
Hmm.
so here's an interesting little nugget, D. Wells, that's
Yeah.
in the related articles with our graph and results. It says in the first article, item A, there is more speculation that VF Corporation could buy Puma.
Wow. Okay. Which is that rumor's been circulating for quite a bit, and I guess yeah, that does make sense. That
Yep,
certainly does make sense if that happens. Hmm.
yep.
So that I
So
mean that would mean VF Corporation that we know they've got a lot of companies kind of under, under their umbrella. I mean,
Yeah.
some of the companies, just to kind of, and we've talked about this for a long time. I mean, Wrangler, Seven for All Mankind, North Face, Ella,
Timberland,
Majestic, Lee, Reef, Lucy,
Vans,
um,
Timberland.
yeah, Vans, Timberland. So I mean, they've got a lot of brands under them. I mean, Eastpak, so Jan Sport backpacks as well. So I
Yep.
wouldn't be surprised if it does go through. I mean, even Nautica is in that realm as well.
Yep.
So
Right. So it was a pretty bloody day
yeah.
all the way, top to bottom.
Hmm.
So it'd be interesting to watch what happens between now and when we broadcast our next episode. Um, exactly how the landscape is shaping out, because it's looking pretty rough after this week. Looking really rough. So, all right. Um, let's see where do we go here now? Okay. So we're gonna talk a little bit H-Town Sneaker Summit now that Kadoma
Yeah,
has
man.
joined us.
What's up? What's up,
What's
D?
up, man? Welcome to
What's
the
up,
show.
brother?
What's up, all the obsessive sneaker disorderlies around the world? We are 10 days from the H-Town Sneaker Summit, summer 2015.
Yep.
Nice.
It's going down. I'm tired. I'm burning the candle at both ends. I'm losing my mind.
Don't
But
do that.
I'll be going to New York tomorrow to check out the well, even with everything I got going on, man, this is how important this is to me. I want to go out there and see the rise of sneaker culture exhibit at the Brooklyn Museum. I know you guys have worked hard and put together a discussion panel with the ladies speaking tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully, I'm able to adjust my flight and make it out there for that. But I'm still working very hard on the H-Town Sneaker Summit. I like to say I work until the doors close to make the best event possible for all involved.
That's right.
We did have a couple of announcements while I was away. One being that we will have Adidas Global Music Ambassador DJ Neil Armstrong on
Nice.
the ones and twos.
Nice.
So that's another one to add to the Rolodex. We've had Clark Kent, we've had Bobito, we've had DJ Ski, we've had DJ Baby Chino, now we're having DJ Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
Is there anybody I'm forgetting? Oh no,
Yeah,
I may
there
be
is.
leaving out a few.
There is, but you're tired, and it's been a long, long journey, so they'll forgive you.
Yeah. So, we want to make each event unique and have an identity of its own. And, this is your chance to come meet a guy that has worked with sneakers through DJing. If you love sneakers and you love music, you may want to pick his brain a little bit and see how he's been rocking with the Three Stripes for so long. We also have Trade the Truth dropping an album next week in H-Town on T.I.'s Grand Hustle label. He'll be there selling CDs and autographing them.
Nice.
And we'll also be doing a performance from the album on one of our stages. So that'll be one of the very first times you'll get to hear that live.
Nice.
Nice.
Got a Crep Protect in the house doing free sneaker cleaning on stage. You want a chance to get your sneakers clean, you want a chance to get on stage, you'll be able to do both of them at the same time. So
Live on stage.
We got that. We got Chic Shoes giving out free VIP tickets for everyone that makes $100 purchase between now and the Sneaker Summit. Just a whole lot going on, man. We got exclusive T-shirts with Crooks and Castles, look very dope. Probably my favorite, one of my favorite tees we've ever released. It's just a lot going on, a lot of vendors, even more attendees. It's kind of scary. I looked at our pre-sale graphs, and we're like
Nice.
at a 50% growth rate right now, which is pretty scary. So,
That's what you're working hard for, bro.
hopefully things continue to trend that way and we pull it off. It will definitely be the biggest event we've ever had if that happens. So, you know, I think we can pull it off though. We work very hard to put on a great show from everybody, from the attendees to the exhibitors to the special guests, and you know, we've been working on this thing for months, so it's good to see it all come to fruition.
Nice,
But
nice, nice.
I got an agenda report, if you guys don't mind. I'd like to go down that. I went
Please,
out to
please.
Long Beach, California for this year's. Well, they had one in January. That's right. But they for this summer's first agenda show, which will be taking place in New York. So I want to say that I was very pleased. Um, there wasn't, you know, too many people beating a dead horse as usual. I think everything's pretty much bottomed out of that, and folks decided that they needed to try something new and creative, and we definitely saw that with this year's agenda show. So let me see. There were a lot of Nike all-court type silhouettes or canvas tennis shoes, similar to the ones that Supreme is dropping tomorrow, the GTS. There's a lot of those canvas tennis shoes coming out. Everybody had one, from Cons to Huff to Nike SB. I want to say New Balance. Everybody's got a canvas tennis shoe with a quarter toe cap on it. The Nike All Court's coming back as a SB. It is Corey Kennedy's signature skate shoe. He's a pro from Girl Skateboard, so they shouldn't have any problem selling that. Ashad Ware is going to be the face of the SB Dunk Low. I'm hearing, you know, that he will be doing a campaign for that, and then his signature shoe, which is a non-liner Dunk Low, will be releasing this holiday. So, you know, be on the lookout for that. Let me see what I got here. Give me just a second.
Yes, sir.
Okay, DGK, Adidas skateboarding, very impressive. Probably my favorite shoes of the entire show. By the way, I want to shout out Nice Kicks. They did a live remote from Agenda Show on the Dash Radio app. I thought that was really cool. I was listening to that on the way in, kind of interviewing some of the guests there. I think they interviewed Rick Williams and our buddy Mayor, along with some other folks that were in attendance. Okay, but Adidas skateboarding, my favorite brand of the show. They have a casual, I guess, a skate lifestyle shoe with the full Ultra Boost outsole on it. So imagine a Dennis Bucinance, which is modeled after the Adidas Samba, sitting on top of a full Pure Boost outsole. Very cool shoe, supposed to be very, you know, somewhat limited because it is a skate lifestyle shoe, so it probably won't sell as well as an actual skate shoe. And then the two brand new Adidas Bucinance ADV2, they have a removable outsole. And one of them comes with the Adiprene outsole, the other one comes with a Adiprene insole. The other one comes with a Boost insole. The entire Boost or insole of the shoe is just Boost, removable Boost, which I thought was very cool. They also had a collab with Welcome Skateboards, which is pretty hot right now. They have a capsule collection with DGK coming out, and they are doing a collabo with the Hundreds. Again, if everybody remembers the 100 skate shoes for earlier this year, but they also have a licensing agreement with the NBA, so those will be coming in Brooklyn Nets and Los Angeles Lakers colors, which I thought was really cool, man. They kind of squeezed that in under the wire before you know, everything goes to Nike. Asics, I saw three Gelite 3s in Japanese floral denim, which was really eye-catching. Tonal suede Kayano OGs, which were really eye-catching, and metallic women's Gelite 3s, which caught my eye as well. Um, I think Huff has like a Vans Authentic type silhouette releasing in February 16 for professional Brad Cromer. And then they've also made a slip-on edition of their popular shoe, the Dylan, that kind of launched them into the next level. You know, on a streetwear note, I got to chime this in. This was one of my favorite things of the show, but Huff is actually doing a collab with Spam. The
With
food
Spam.
in the can. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But Stance
Wow.
has a collection of skate performance socks coming out. They have a few signature socks. I think that Chris Cole is one of them. I don't want to misspeak on the other two guys, but then they also have a line called Anthem, which is fashion-forward designs, you know, aimed at the more fashionable fashionista and sneakerhead. It kind of crosses all genres. So they have a thing called Punks and Poets, which is kind of their brand ambassadors. I don't know if you guys saw it today, but they announced Rihanna, which was huge. I think Ronnie Fegg's also on that line. He's been working with Stance for a long time. Stolly, and I'm missing somebody else, but I think you know, they're going to be signing another real big name real soon. Think Adidas. Not their main guy, but one of their guys. So let me see if I got anything else on here. Stussy's coming out with the Air Max 94 and some Timberlands later this year. Other than that, you know, that's about it. I'm going to write a wrap-up on our site. We can't post pictures of everything, but I will have a little gossip column. But I'm very, very happy, very pleased. This is the breath of fresh air that we've been waiting for. So, you know, I think that the brands have kind of taken note that they've been doing way too much of the same thing for way too long, and we're going to see, you know, a change here. And that's what keeps things new. That's what keeps things fresh. That's what keeps things interesting. And I'm more than ready for it.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Thanks for that recap, brother.
Good stuff.
Yeah, word up, Padoma. That was a really good recap of Agenda, G.
Oh, thanks, man.
What's going on, guys? What's going on, Dave? What's going on?
I'll be out there in New York. Hopefully, we'll see a little something else while we're out there.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh and Brendan from Clearweather Brand. We're gonna see them when they set their touchdown over here in New York for Capsule next week. We get to see some of what they're working on. Looking forward to them also.
Yeah, I missed that. They have two brand new silhouettes. One very similar to the cross between, I want to say, the infamous Roshi outsole with a woven mock upper, and then another one which is a low top version of their popular 101 or moccasin looking shoe.
Yeah, the 101 is a favorite of mine. I love that shoe.
So think about the 101 and a low. It looks really nice.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to connecting with those guys when they get here and seeing what they got when they touch down for Capsule. So they've been really supportive of the show. We're going to hopefully get them on really soon. They've just been getting a whole lot of buzz with the brand and taking meetings and trying to elevate. So been a little hard to pin them down, but we'll get Josh or Brandon or both on here really soon so that they can share the journey with us. But on screen,
yo, did you guys hear about those?
We have the shoes that are the end result of a letter which was started about almost 2 years ago, I guess now, from Mr. Matthew Walzer, who made a plea with Nike to start making some shoes with the plight of people with disabilities in mind. and it was received well. Um, Matt shared the journey and told us about all the positive feedback and the conversations he had been having since the letter. And we are now beginning to see the work in progress in regard to the effort put forth to now make shoes for people with disabilities. So Nike has put something up on their site with a article titled "The Fly Ease Journey," and with some detailed, not greatly detailed, but pretty decently detailed images of a LeBron Soldier model, I believe the Soldier 8,
Soldier
Yep.
8, yeah, beautiful
which,
shoe too.
which has been modified so that people with disabilities can easily wear and enjoy the shoes.
Word.
What do we think when we see this?
I was blown away, but Ben, go ahead. I'll let you go first.
No, I was just gonna say I followed the story because he has a blog, and like just a little backstory. In 2012, in August, he wrote because he has cerebral palsy, and it's hard for him to tie sneakers. This is back when he was still in high school. The kid's in college now, and he wrote about how it's hard for him to tie his shoes, which is why if you look at like this Fly Soldier, there's no shoelaces. It's like a zipper strap system. Back when the LeBron 10 came out, they Nike actually made him a modified version of the LeBron 10 right before the Olympics. That it had a little disc that hooked in the back, and that made that circulated around sites. And throughout, like if you follow his like social feeds, and now those pictures aren't there anymore. And I do wish that I screenshot them like back then, but hindsight's 2020. You would see because Nike eventually, like, they were sending him things like, hey, try this, see how this works. Hey, try this, see how things work. It was always LeBron models. And he would give in the caption like little things like, oh, it's hard for me to do this even with this. I wish that we could come from the back, or I wish there was a disc. So I don't know. It's really cool to see like a big company like Nike take the time out to read this kid's blog, which was like just a regular Blogspot blog. His blog's actually 11 championships and counting.blogspot.com if people want to check that out. It's just a really good look, and I believe they're partnered with the Special Olympics this year, and 2 teams in the Special Olympics will be wearing this Fly Ease Soldier. It's a really good idea, and it's great execution, and it just shows that there's good people out there willing to do positive work. That's just my take.
True indeed. So, I mean, I would love to see more of this from other companies too. But he definitely made sure that he took advantage and had every, he took advantage of every opportunity to have discussions with them and to make sure that they were serious about it, as opposed to just giving them free modified shoes and just being happy for himself. He actually stayed with the cause for everyone else, because it's so easy sometimes to finally get hooked up by a company like Nike and forget that it wasn't just you that had that problem. He stayed with it, and I would love to see some of this stuff come out as offerings for people with disabilities and sitting, alongside stuff in a regular sneaker store.
So one thing I saw, and I really liked the fact that, okay, so he wrote a letter to Mark Parker, and not only did he read it, but he responded, and then put one of the long-standing employees on kind of to do something about it, to actually be the problem solver, kind of similar to what Tinker said when he was on our show. It just so happens that the designer of this sneaker happens to be Tinker's younger brother. Mm-hmm. But also going back to one of the first Nike employee who suffered a stroke, and thus one side of his body, was affected by the stroke, and he wasn't able to tie his own shoelaces. So it had also another, purpose. And where it is now, based upon the video that I saw on the website this morning, these sneakers are actually in production, and we can see them on store shelves as early as back to school.
Nice.
So, I mean, the Soldier, I've never been a huge fan of the LeBron Soldier line, but I appreciate it. But I particularly, for some reason, this 8, I actually do like it. And by them adding and kind of making, adding this wraparound zipper solution, makes it actually really good for not just someone who has a disability, but for a kid. Like, I can imagine seeing these in grade schools. So a kid who's an athlete who wants to play, who has a problem, believe it or not, keeping their shoelaces tied. So they are shoelaces, and they do use some fly wire and some stuff like that. But this kind of wraparound zipper actually does have a lockdown, at least from just for the pictures I saw. It gives you that heel lockdown. You're able to cinch it pretty tight with the Velcro as well. So you have a zipper with Velcro. So, and that kind of blue yellow colorway, that one is so dope. So dope. So
yeah.
it's amazing what again, he took the time, Matthew that is, took the time to write this letter, like Ben said, back in 2012, and this is something that's been in the works since then. And here we are, 2015, and now this sneaker is coming to the market. So, kudos to him, kudos for them working on it, and basically solving a problem that is affecting not only Matthew but some other people all around the world.
And I was wrong. It wasn't the LeBron 10 that they did first. It was the Hyperdunk 2012. And
The Hyperdunk, okay.
And he was given LeBron 10 and 11, and then the Soldier 7 throughout the last few years.
Mom. Well, good stuff. I mean, this is one of those stories that when we talk about positive stuff happening, and in the world of sneakers and how companies are responding, it's nice to see. Is this his website right now that you're showing?
No, actually, I reached out to him when I heard the story, and he was very receptive. And we did a little interview, and he sent me some pictures of what the sneakers looked like when he first got them. And I want to pull up the old tweets where he says what he liked, what he didn't like, and there's on his actual blog, which I'll pull up right here. Yeah, right here. This is the letter, and actually, now that I'm looking through it again, there was somebody, an employee from Nike, that commented him and said that they shared it with Nike. And that's how the whole ball got rolling. And it's bad. I don't know whether they told him to or not, but he used to have more blog posts in 2013 and 14 where he would show the sneakers, like the ones that they were giving him. And I guess, like you said, they were working on it for a while.
Yeah, I'm sure once they decide to put this thing to market, that we're told to be taken down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is the LeBron 10. If you see it, there's
Black
instead
and
of there
red,
being
okay.
all of them don't have laces. It looks like there was a zipper in the front, and it actually has his name on it, which is cool. And a strap, like a big heel strap.
Dope. Can't be mad at those.
At all.
I like it. I like the Soldier. I've seen these things take some beatings.
Word up.
It was a very popular basketball shoe when it dropped because
it definitely,
it's a good team basketball shoe, but it would, the Soldier, Under Armour shoes, both of those brands have basically eclipsed anything Adidas was trying to do on the basketball court, and even Jordan numbers of what I see people wearing on the basketball court. Okay. Team Jordan stuff that used to be, basketball already has went down a lot. It's really all you see on basketball courts now is Nike and Under Armour.
Very true. That Soldier.
Yep. Yeah. So.
There he is.
I'm looking for the WTF to round out the show. I saw it earlier.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay, here it is. I don't know why I
You
was.
need a heat. Welcome to the show, big boy. What's a good word? Oh, he's not hearing us. Uh-oh. He's still in shock over his Hawks. No, let me stop.
Yo, it might be worth it to get him on the podcast next week.
Yo.
Oh, there you go. What's up, man?
Man, what's good? Tired as hell.
Tired as hell.
What's going on, bro?
Caught in the Matrix.
Uh-oh. All right.
Say it again.
What's going on?
Man, same old shit, different day.
You sound super tired.
Yeah, what's good, though?
Well, you came in right on time for WTF, and we
So
basically
what's up?
have to let D Wells have his say on this since he
Oh, man, really?
initiated it on Facebook in the OSB group.
I knew. Oh, all right.
Before we allow D Wells to go,
Oh.
what
Now-
year was that the What the Dunk came out? Was that?
What the dunk
I
was,
want to say 2007.
7.
I was about to say, wasn't it like 06 or 07?
It wasn't 07.
No?
Wasn't 07.
It was before that?
No, it was after that.
After that?
It
Oh,
was
I
after
thought it
that.
was like 07, 06.
No, it wasn't that far back.
So this makes it even worse.
So we've had the
No,
What the
it was the what the dunk low with like has the pigeon and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was 07. Yeah, that was 07.
It was
Let
late.
me tell you why. Because
So it was late 07.
yeah, because I remember having a conversation with folks over at Nike because
Got it up right now. I'm gonna see.
we had a conversation while I was with Soul Collector about doing a What the Dunk before What the Dunk. And it was supposed to be a cowboy for Las Vegas. And if anyone remembers, that was 2006.
Yeah.
The multicolored.
And 2006, and this one hat tip to Retro Kid, aka real name Alex Wang. He's the one that came up with that whole concept.
Yeah,
And
it came out 2007, late 2007.
Where is it? Okay, so I remember us having that conversation because we wanted to come out in July of 06 in Vegas, and Nike basically said, no, you can't have it. And we were like, why not? They're like, no, you can't have it. And I was like, okay. So that means you guys are working on some shit, and you don't want us to be, you don't want it to be Soul Collector's sneaker to be released in Las Vegas.
Right.
So, needless to say, we did, the Las Vegas. There was the sneakerhead dunk with the 3M material, and then there was a Friends and Family that was lasered.
Yeah.
But the What the Dunk was a concept that was hatched in late 05 going into 06.
Yo,
So-
that soundbite is just going to be referenced so much. That's history. You just dropped gem.
Because even the let's talk about the Air Max 95 that dropped in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
That again, some people will say, well, what is it? It was the Air Max 95, but one side, the medial side was one color, lateral side was another. I still don't even have my pair yet. I don't even know where they ended up. I think I don't even know where they are. That's sad.
I still got mine.
You got yours? Okay, good. At least someone's out of pair. But when these hit the net paper, I was like, please no, please tell me this is some like Photoshop bullshit. I was sitting there, I looked at the computer, I walked away, I came back, I looked at it again, I said, nah, they're real. What the Air Max 95? Because think about it, this is the year of the Air Max 95, right?
It's anniversary.
the original colorway is back, and then we're gonna see all sorts of colorways, originals as well as pluses. And now they took this shit and slapped them all together, and we now have the Air Max 95.
So this is the 20th anniversary year of the Air Max 95.
20 or 25? No, it is 20. My fault.
In particular, this summer. So, with this little pleasant surprise that, pleasant or unpleasant,
Don't this shit make you feel old though? Like when you think about the Air Max 95 when it came out, how revolutionary it was, how like the people loved it or they hated it.
It's funny you just said hate it or love it, because from now on, the Air Max 95 will be synonymous with that game song, Hate It or Love It. To the younger kids. I mean, younger than me. Thankfully.
Yeah, that's true.
So, this being the 20th year anniversary for the Air Max 95, we've seen some things online that made reference to new twist on the Air Max 95, talking about the history. But why this? We've had the What the LeBron, we've had the What the Dunk,
they're lazy.
What the KD, I'm forgetting one.
They went to everything
I
now.
wouldn't say it's lazy, but I would say that, remember we were on here a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about once the suits or the numbers crunchers catch wind of something as a surefire hit, they're bound to make it happen no matter how wrong it is.
Right. It's lazy.
That's what this
That's why I say it's lazy.
But it's not necessarily a designer that's coming up with this.
No, there's no designer coming up with this.
That's my point. That's my point, Kadoma. The bottom line is they're lazy. They don't want to come up with a strategy on how to celebrate the shoe. Hey, the board members are like, hey, that What the series works pretty good with everything else. Hey, let's just throw it on there. Let's throw it at 95. Let's do a What the 95. The shit don't even make sense. It's dumb. It doesn't make any kind of sense at all. Like, what is the rationale behind this? That's why I say it's lazy.
It doesn't even reach that far where it gets to board members. It's purely marketing.
Like why can't you just keep it simple? I mean, this is a Juventus, so the soccer club, right? Some people will remember these that came out in 2003.
Yeah.
Right? This is such a classic, simple colorway. Juventus because of the stars, right? Why mess it up? Why mess it up?
Do you think they could have done a better job with What the Air Max 95, or there's just no way they could have pulled this off? They're like beating a dead horse at this point.
I think I would have appreciated more if they would have took, kept it simple, like Dee said, but also pay homage to some of the better colorways. Maybe reach back, look at back what was going on back in '95. Let's come up with a different colorway for some stuff, for that time period or that era, But this is lazy. Like I said, it doesn't have any. It makes no sense at all to do a What the at all.
Okay.
Other than the fact that that's the latest thing that they're doing with all the shoes.
Remember when we got the Air Max 24/7? Remember the response with those? I mean, again, people were either in or out. I mean, they took, for example, look at this colorway. I remember when this particular red colorway came out, people looked at it and said, please, Nike, stop. And then all of a sudden, we started seeing all the other colorways, right? And they sold like hotcakes.
Yep.
Hotcakes, right?
Yep.
Horrible. You remember that?
You don't remember this one?
I do, but I got the original. I got
they call
that
that red chili.
That's like one of those things I've blocked from my memory.
This particular colorway here, this one right here, is all gray 3M.
Yep.
Horrible.
Whatever. I'll take it.
Again, some people like it, some people don't.
I actually looked for that one. I was looking for that in a 15, but the biggest I could ever find was a 14. I'm a sucker for 3M in the vault. It doesn't really even shoot. But I actually have the that colorway. I have that one. That's actually one of the better workout shoes.
That's the only one that looks somewhat decent, but it's still horrible.
I mean, I fucks with the shoe just because it's super comfortable too.
Oh, no doubt. You know how many shoes out here that are comfortable but are horrible?
Well, I mean, like I said, I love it. I love the shoe, and at the time, it's funny because 95 is one of my top 3 all-time shoes, the original colorway.
Yeah.
So I have like 3 pairs. I got one pair I've only worn once. The rest of my dog out. Like I wear the shit out of them. I need to get another pair.
I'm just not a fan of matching.
And at the time, I say that to say, at the time when these came out, it was a perfect timing for me because I hadn't found another pair. I had 2 pairs of them, but I had beat them up, and I wanted a fresh pair. But of course, at the time I couldn't get it, so this was a great substitute. And it came out. Well, actually, it's actually more comfortable than the 95.
Now, this is what I'm going to say about this. What the Air Max 95? These are going to be the sneakers that a lot of kids are going to wear back to school this year.
You think it's going to be that many pairs?
Yeah. Because the colors can go with multiple outfits. And the kids are going to like, yo, I can rock this, with that. I mean, it's an Air Max 95. And we know we're going to see the original colorways, and we're gonna see, and we're gonna, we already saw this one, so it's gonna be more. We're gonna see more of this to come.
I'm gonna one up D Wells.
Uh-oh.
Not only are they gonna be a hit back to school, they're also gonna be worn with Adidas sweatpants.
Yo.
What did that become the thing? I see it here a lot in my city.
3 years ago.
I see it all the time now. Like
it happened like 2 or 3 years here, and it's the worst, yo.
It's been 3 years here. Tariq's right. It's three years ago this summer. It started like
it's horrible.
Like the Adidas track pants.
But no, not even the track pants. When you see the dudes rocking the joggers, the Adidas joggers, though.
Capri shirts.
Yes, when they rocking the joggers, oh my god.
It's an NBA thing, man. It goes back to the NBA. You see when they started adding the stripes on everything, the warm-ups, and they're like, oh, all right, LeBron's doing it, so
I can do it now too.
It's the worst though.
Yo, does anybody know if it's gonna have a 25 PSI bag, the Air Max 95? I saw something about that.
I heard something about that. I read that as well.
If they don't, I think it's a waste to bring it back out if they don't.
But they brought it back out 4 times without it, so why do they need
I mean now, like, would it be a real anniversary, like big years? Like, would it be in big years? They just need to go ahead and do it.
Big years, big bag.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do it.
I wish they would.
Do what?
Put the 25 PSI
on the
5
PSI. Yeah. I do miss that. Even on the Juventus, they didn't put it on the bottom. They went with the new school, But yeah, Paper. I do believe these are going to be the back to school special.
Yep.
I do indubitably.
You think so? That's a GR right there.
Yeah, man, that's a GR.
Adrian, can you speak so we can hear you?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
we can. It's good.
Okay, how y'all doing? Let me pull up my release calendar here.
Uh-oh. Get him!
Get him!
Fill us in for all the disorderlies not familiar with Adrian. He's the footwear for 130 doors at City Gear.
What up, man?
I guess he's got his fingers on the pulse, of what kids are going to be buying come back to school. You see this as a big back to school shoe?
I do, but infrared OG, that didn't sell too well either.
It did not.
Nope. So what's
Hey, don't say that, please. Let's not talk about that. Don't say another word about
it. That's one of Tariq's favorite sneakers right there.
That gives me the opportunity to get more.
What shoe is that?
Infrared 90.
Infrared 90, yeah.
I didn't even know there was an
trying to find a
info.
15. I've been
That
trying to
just
find
gives,
another 15.
that just lets me be able to go down the street to my selection sports and grab me 2 more pair. Don't say nothing more about it.
See the type of story y'all get into, because they're just sitting around.
That's what's up.
Wow.
You
Well,
know,
if they got one sitting around down in Houston, I'll be down there next week.
Uh-oh.
Ask Adrian to look it up for you.
No, agents focus on giving us the info we need right now.
I'm not talking about right now. I'm just saying.
What's the schedule?
so the 95 OG comes out on the 25th, and it's not a GR per se. I mean, every store is going to have a size run, let's put it that way.
Okay.
It's still tightly allocated. It's not like, hey, here's a couple hundred pairs.
Insider info.
A little bit.
Do you anticipate this shoe moving in your doors?
I don't see a big sell-through now.
All right.
But the people that are asking for it are, people our age. I don't think anyone under 30 knows or has any nostalgic for this.
Hey, I heard Game say it and hated to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually want the women's grape 95, but unfortunately we didn't get it in a size 12.
Well, see, yeah, that's just it. I was gonna say the women's great. Guys will buy that. Just like they'll buy the shit out of that colorway.
Hell yeah.
The 12, let me know. That'll fit me perfect.
Okay. We gotta keep our eyes peeled then.
Yeah, they have the late, all for the same weekend.
Same weekend release? It's really.
Yep, same weekend release.
So
What, neon and grape?
Yeah.
Mm.
The women's grape and blonde.
So let me ask this, Adrian. In Houston, or just let's just say Texas, when do kids usually return to school?
In Texas, it's the 3rd week of August.
Third week of August. So that does make sense that these are coming out on the 25th. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we do know the South goes to school, goes back to school earlier than say here, us in Massachusetts or in the Northeast.
Yep.
When does Houston go back? Texas go back when?
The 3rd week of August.
Oh wow.
What is it there in Georgia? Heat?
First week in August.
First week in August.
First.
They get out
My wife
earlier,
put it
though.
like this. When I'm coming back from Houston on that Monday, my wife will be at work. Her first day back at work.
Wow.
The kids report a week after that.
What did you say, T Squad?
I said they're getting out before us too.
Well, yeah, they get out a lot earlier. But we know at least schools in the Northeast. I would say probably north of the Mason-Dixon line. We're going to see those kids don't go back to school until after Labor Day.
Yep.
September.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
It's all relative. And
to me, it's the most idiotic thing in the world to go back to school before Labor Day. I just never understood it.
From a retailer's point of view, if your chain is spread around different states, you get back to school virtually at different points in the month.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I mean retail wise, I understand it, but I'm talking about just from going back to a student and a school point of view. It didn't make sense. It's like you start school and then they're gonna give you a day off, like after you've been in school for like 2 weeks, or 3 weeks.
Right.
So let's see how that shoe does.
Yeah.
E. Wells has already expressed his disapproval based on the historical facts that brought that shoe about. Thank you for.
Hey, ever since New York Soul Collector, man, it's just been stupid.
So we're gonna keep our ears to the street on that one, because I know for sure, and Tariq Tariq lives around a lot of schools.
I'll tell you, if I stand on my stoop the first day of school,
Taking pictures.
I will tell you, I probably can guarantee you, I'll see at the least 20 of them.
Yo, that's a good
pairs?
feature. That's a good feature idea.
At least.
With Adidas sweatpants.
Yes.
Man.
Yo, Adidas sweatpants. Adidas sees a spike
That's gonna
when
die.
it comes back to school, bro.
Yeah. So,
Hey,
man.
you know what's the worst one?
I think the funniest part about that is nobody can explain it.
No,
The
but the
NBA.
worst one.
NBA, it's gonna change.
Hey, Sean. Hey,
Yeah.
Please back me on this one. The worst one is Adidas sweatpants with the kicks, but when the shoes is ran down and the sweatpants is ran down.
Oh, the sweatpants got dirty stripes on the side.
Yeah, dingleberry.
Hey, that's real bad, man. When the shoes is run down and beat and leaning, and then the pants is run down.
The stripes be looking like they was in the game of death as an extra.
Yep. Looking rough. Be thread be frayed.
You can't fault kids for not having.
Nah,
tag
these be,
on them.
no, I'm talking about grown. These be grown dudes though.
Grown? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just wash your pants, yo. Come on. All right. So we're going to keep our ears to the street in whatever cities we walk in and follow back up on this What the Air 95 situation. But we're going to round out the show. We're just about to call it a wrap on the show. But before we do, this was posted yesterday in the Sports Center Facebook page and also on their Instagram, I believe. This mural that was created for Stuart Scott in his memory that was finally shown to Taylor and Sydney Scott, Stuart's daughters, yesterday, unveiled in time for the ESPYs, which just wrapped up in LA a few minutes ago. There's a dope job.
It is. It's beautiful.
That's a dope job.
It's still tough to watch Sports Center. It is for me.
No, it is.
It is.
It don't feel the same.
I mean, I can watch, but I mean, you know, the footprint has already been laid down by not just sportscasters, but look at how many local sportscasters around the country became, you know, Stuart Scott clones.
Yeah.
On their local news. You know?
Or not even Stuart Scott clones, but just you know, I think he opened the door for a lot of people to try, you know, new and creative things in the world of you know, sports, media, television, everything. You know, it was I don't know. He changed the game, that's for sure.
I just think it's really interesting that, you know, he had to pass for people to formally acknowledge his influence on the entire industry, which I guess is par for the course. But there's also a parallel to that in what's going on in the sneaker industry.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have all these bean counters, you know, the Matt Powells and everybody else of the world who
I like that guy.
Have their blinders on and they purely state the facts based on numbers, which is good. I mean, if that's what your job is, that's what your job is. But to be completely turned off and callous to the facts that there's a level of influence and intangible that you can't quantify that leads to those sales, leads to those trends in certain shoes being more popular than others. If you just refuse to acknowledge that, then you're just being an asshole.
I don't wrap their brain around it. That's why. If it's not in black and white, you can't perceive that concept that kids in the street are making it be sales for them.
But here's the contradiction in that. You know, it's cool that if it's not in black and white, I don't need to count it. Because if that's what you do, then that's what you do. But you can easily ignore that because you're told to count the numbers. But in conversation's sake, or even in your own practical knowledge behind what you do, if you refuse to acknowledge that there's a level of influence from communities where people decide we're wearing this year as opposed to that, I mean, the fashion industry acknowledges it. Other industries acknowledge such trends and intangibles. Why are you refusing to acknowledge the fact that there's something you can't quantify
Yeah.
that changes how you quantify? And that's what annoys me about these bean counters who are coming up with these numbers for certain things, because
And they think the numbers don't lie. That's all.
right, and they think the numbers don't lie, and that's what is total bullshit. Is they think the numbers don't lie, and you have a whole level, which is I'm thankful for this exhibition being able to put on radar and kind of showcase, you know, a chronological history of where, and it's aptly titled "The Rise of Sneaker Culture." It's not called "This is Sneaker Culture Right Now." It's not called "This is what you." This is what it's always been. It's called "The Rise of." So you get to see a timeline of something that answers that question that our parents always asked: how did this shit get so big? All we really did was just buy these shits and beat them up and buy another pair. Now it's like this crazy worldwide phenomenon. How did it get so big? The exhibition is chronicling that. So I say to all the bean counters out there, if a museum and cultural establishments can kind of acknowledge the fact that it all had to start somewhere for your numbers to make sense, you need to get your heads out your asses and acknowledge the fact that there's something intangible that you can't quantify that allows you to quantify things the way you do, differently every year, every quarter, every sales period, from different brands. I mean, how does Skechers go from number 5 to number 2 in 2 years? How does Under Armour reach number 2 sneaker brand? I mean, sportswear brand? How does Skechers reach number 2 sneaker brand? If you're not going to acknowledge the thing that drives that.
They should just go out to 200 Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn and check out the exhibit.
Well, that's because of this. And then before we wrap up the show, shout out to RL on this one, on this article. The field guide to the modern day sneakerhead, which actually, if you haven't had an opportunity to read it yet, go on over to Complex and check this out, where he breaks down. It's kind of interesting because now you get the illustration, but then you got the text that goes with it. So you have the Uptown sneakerhead, the NT denim sneakerhead, the mall teen sneakerhead.
Oh man.
The sneaker mom.
The skater sneakerhead. And then the Euro sneakerhead. And then last but not least, the menswear sneakerhead and the high fashion sneakerhead. So you got to go and check this out. Post the link in and make sure you go follow RL Billionaire on Twitter. Good article. I mean, some of the stuff, like, I read it and I think people would agree with you. You read it, you say, "Yep, I know someone like that. Yep, I know someone like that." Again, it goes into the whole category of what defines a sneakerhead. Okay, is it numbers of pairs of sneakers? We say no. It's how you live, how you walk, talk, and breathe life into the culture. So definitely go take a couple of minutes. It'll probably take you less than 15 minutes to kind of go through and read. It's entertaining because I was like, wow, this is what it's become. This is what it is in this day and age.
The illustrations make it funny.
Oh, absolutely.
Word, I only seen the illustrations. I didn't know there was words to go with them.
Yeah.
Is that what people gravitate to like, I fit in here and I want to be this, or I want to dress like this?
Unconsciously.
I don't know. I want to tell all the disorderlies out there, don't let people put you in a box, because people like to put you in a box.
Exactly.
And why do they put you in a box? Because they want to keep you there.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to be yourself and buy what you like and wear what you like. And that's what fashion is all about. It's a expression of yourself and what you like. It's not about being a clone or rocking the flavor of the month or the most expensive or rare shoe. It's about actually having taste, and that means a selection
Taste.
of what you like. Yes, taste.
Taste.
Remember that word?
Taste.
What does that mean? Taste.
Like with the tongue, like licking like a soul taste.
Yes, not like
Pause.
Joe taste.
Pause.
Right. Yeah, you got me. You
You
got
know,
me.
people
Game
used to
on.
have taste, and now it's like it's almost like a school lunch menu of what you have to wear. You know? You got the square hamburger or you got the square pizza. Which one you want?
That's funny. All right, so before we round out the show, got one more piece of news to promote on behalf of the favorite all-time hip-hop group
Oh man,
called Quest.
you're killing me with this.
Yo.
I know. When you posted this today, I was like, wow.
What's the biggest size shirt they making?
On Saturday, 7/18.
Oh,
See, could tell me exactly. That was my same expression. I was like,
oh my gosh!
All four members of A Tribe Called Quest will be at the Stussy store
yeah,
Oh, damn.
exactly.
There you go.
I'm trying to catch the fade with Fife though.
in Soho from 2 to 5 p.m.
So
with
dope.
unveiling and signing and interacting with fans as part of their Stussy A Tribe Called Quest collaboration T-shirt.
Unbelievable! I'm so
Yeah,
blessed
man.
to be there this weekend.
There you go.
Kadoma?
Yeah, it's like, man.
I didn't hear what you said. What'd you say?
I said I'm so blessed to be there this weekend, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a blessing to witness that.
You gonna be there, Racing?
So one of my favorite bands and one of my favorite brands.
Bands and brands. So, yeah, so 2 to 5 p.m. at the Stussy store in Soho, which I believe is on Spring Street. Saturday, 7/18. You can interact with all members of A Tribe Called Quest and cop that new Stussy A Tribe Called Quest collaboration. I will be in the house. A few others will be in the house. But if
Hey,
you're
but
not,
people, I wanted people to remember back to episode 200 when we had Fife on the show, like,
yeah,
and the collabs that he talked about that were in the works that got kind of, Nick's stuff that they wanted to do. I mean, this was one of them that I'm sure he didn't know at the time, but this is so perfect timing.
yeah.
So perfect.
It's a bit of a, I won't say a surprise, but I would say it's probably a little bit overdue in regard to the timing. Tribe is one of those groups that hasn't been really knee deep in the merchandising game like the Run DMCs and a few other groups, but they very well should be. So let's hope that this starts a wave of other stuff that we'll begin to see from them, as far as on the merchandising level to commemorate their illustrious careers. Because we know there is no more technically A Tribe Called Quest, but it's cool to celebrate what
Have
they
you guys
did.
seen the shirts?
What's
Yeah.
that?
They're on the very next post if you want to scroll over one to the left.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. There's how many shirts are there? 4?
It looks like there's several, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see.
There's a couple of T-shirts.
What's that?
I said I was counting how many shirts there were.
So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shirts in the collection.
See the Apple Bulb T-shirt?
So 9 shirts in the collection, all released on Saturday, July 18th, 2 to 5 p.m. Tribe is in the house. If you're in the New York City area, Stop by the Stussy store in Spring Street before or after you check out the Rise of Sneaker Culture exhibition at the Brooklyn Museum, which opened last Friday. So D Wells, of course you will have yours. Um, we know how big a Tribe fan you are.
Oh man.
We'll make
Yes,
sure
sir.
we'll make sure you get yours signed.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can.
And we'll try to get part two of Fife on the show.
Yeah, Fife is a huge sports nut, so I love following what he posts on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually
So,
just started like I think it's a Vice Sports Network or something like that.
Oh, he did. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
that is
Good
how
for
we will
him.
show putting out the word on that,
Serious.
and we'll do a recap. 7/26/2015, NRG Center, the H-Town Sneaker Summit. Please make sure you get over to sneakersummit.com and get all of your related info in regard to what I will call, Kadoma doesn't have to say it, everyone who's been there and experienced it, we can say it, we'll talk our shit. 7/26/2015, the best sneaker event in America goes down again, that being the H-Town Sneaker Summit at the NRG Center in Houston, Texas, Space City. Shout out to all of you H-Town Sneaker Summit crew. I won't be there this time, but I'm always there in spirit. Make sure y'all get over to sneakersummit.com and check that shit out. Did I do that good, Kadoma? Was that good? Did I do that
Yes,
right?
that was awesome.
Cool.
We gotta have a good show next week. I mean, hopefully I'll be able to get on. It was a little tough tonight because, I got a long to-do list, about 2.5 pages. I'm trying to get it all done before the show, and plus get out to New York and see the ladies at the Rise of Sneaker Culture exhibit.
That's right.
But we're gonna recap this release. We're gonna recap the ladies' discussion panel.
Yep.
Who knows what else we'll have next week? We'll have a recap of Agenda New York. We'll Capsule. Our bros over there at Capsule.
Yep.
So, a lot to talk about, man. A lot of exciting things going on in sneakers right now, if you know where to look. So, I think that's what we're going to see, man, since sneakers have kind of gone way mainstream. There's going to be the exciting thing, and then there's going to be the mainstream thing. So,
yeah.
I think
Sneakers went pop.
Yeah.
Just not pop like the Weasel, not third base style. That's all.
Yeah.
We're keeping it alive. We're keeping it good.
Yep. So as Kadoma stated, the Rise of Sneaker Culture exhibition opened on July 10th at the Brooklyn Museum, and will be there through October 4th, 2015. So anyone who's making New York a summer destination, please add the Brooklyn Museum as one of those stops along the way.
200 Eastern Parkway.
Again, covering over 100 years of sneaker history, highlighting and hitting certain stops along the way in the rise of sneaker culture. Tomorrow, the 16th of July, at the Brooklyn Museum, there is the Art Off the Wall event to celebrate the opening of the exhibition. And as part of those celebrations, we have the Soul Sister Revolution, which is a discussion panel talking about the struggles on the business and consumer side that women face that are involved with sneakers. That will be going down at 7 p.m. at the Brooklyn Museum, and will feature April Walker of Walker Wear, Susan Boyle of Rhyme NYC, Sophia Chang, and Sol DeVita. 7 p.m. sharp it goes down, moderated by yours truly. Make sure you get there. It's free with the cost of admission to the museum, so if you're coming to see the Rise of Sneaker Culture exhibition and you've already paid to get in, you just need to head down to the auditorium and hear these women get down to the brass tacks on how they feel the industry is treating them.
Fresh on the heels of the Huffington Post article.
Yep. What else do we have, D. Wells?
There's not much more to say. I mean, we said it all. We covered it all and then some. So
Yep. So
tomorrow. It is on. It is time.
What we're
So.
forgetting.
Hey, Sean, I'll be there tomorrow to see you do your thing, man.
Thank you, sir. Looking forward to you being there. Thank you.
The baby.
Trying to make it out there for that. We might have to go to after party at Mikey's or something.
Uh-oh.
So, and last but not least, as we restated before we wrap up, Saturday at Stussy NYC Spring Street Store from 2 to 5 p.m., A Tribe Called Quest will be in the house as part of the release of the Stussy Tribe Called Quest t-shirt
Hey,
collection.
Sean,
Yes, sir.
if you're there, and I'm not even going to have my hopes up, but if there's a 3X, will you grab me one?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Thank you, brother.
No
All right.
problem on that. So that is the end of episode number 354. Does anyone have anything of final note to state before we wrap up our show?
I'm editing another episode of Ace of Customs
Okay.
Okay.
right now.
I just want to say to you guys, hopefully I'll see some of you guys in Houston on the 26th. And definitely be by the museum next week when I'm in New York.
What was that, Adrian? We didn't catch you on that.
Oh, I said I'll be in New York next week, and I'm definitely going to come by the museum. And I don't see you in New York. Hopefully I'll see you in Houston. So
Yeah, definitely hit me up when you get here.
Yeah, drag some of those executives to the museum with you. Let them get some culture.
Yeah. I think the old guys want to go home early. They want to be in bed before the sun goes down.
Well, on that note, it's been good. It's been fun. Make sure you walk with us, talk with us each and every day, all on social media. It's not hard to find us. OSD Live, as well as yours truly, D Wells OSD. Until then, until next week, we'll be back for episode 355. We're going to keep it moving. And we say, keep your laces tight tightly, your tongue loose, and walk good.
Can you let me know right now, please? Benita out the phone. You gotta put me on. Benita Applebaum said you gotta put me on. Benita Applebaum gotta put me on. Benita Applebaum said you gotta put me on. Benita